All right, hello everyone and welcome. Those of you joining me live on Facebook or Instagram, go ahead and shoot a message or something at some point just so that I know you are there. Otherwise, this is being recorded and it will be on YouTube tomorrow. So if you're just joining there, great. Those of you who are joining live, there's donation information if you're interested in contributing, totally voluntary, and that is in the introduction. So this is your Wednesday beginner yoga practice. So we'll be doing a vinyasa, a hatha-vinyasa style flow today. That shouldn't be too intense, but as always, work at your own pace. Just because I say it is not intense doesn't mean something won't be a challenge for you. I will try to remember to give pregnancy modifications for anyone watching who is pregnant. Just generally, you don't want to twist when you're pregnant, second and third trimester, and you don't want to be flat on your belly. So when we go down to the floor and do cobras, you'll just stay in cow cat and do a couple of cow cats. And that's going to be it. So go ahead and take a seat, cross-legged position. Let me know if the music is distracting or too loud. Trying something new this week with the music. Go ahead and allow your hands to rest in your lap and close your eyes, bringing your attention to your breath. Gently inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. With each inhalation, drawing in energy and relaxation. With each exhalation, letting go of stress, tension. Really important during these difficult times that we try to remember to take care of ourselves. We can't control everything going on in the world, but we can take care of our own self, our own body, our own mind, our own heart. So despite all the worries, perhaps in your life, in your home, and in the world at large, see if you can let those go for a little while. Just give yourself this time to take care of you. And throughout the practice, reconnecting with that breath, inhaling, long, deep inhales through the nose, and exhaling, long, slow exhales through the nose. You can keep your eyes closed as you let your head drop down to the right ear, reaching towards right shoulder, lengthening through the left-hand side of your neck. Bringing the head up through center, releasing it down to the opposite side. Bringing it back to center. Let your head drop forward, stretching chin towards chest without rounding your shoulders. Just feel that stretch in the back of your neck. And roll your head side to side, so you're going ear to shoulder, and then over to the other ear to shoulder, just releasing that neck. A couple of times each direction. And bringing yourself back to center. And then turn your head from side to side. Chin over shoulder, chin over the other shoulder. Back to center. Inhale, opening your eyes, bringing the gaze up to the ceiling, stretching your arms up overhead. Think of growing long, even as you're rooted in the floor. You're lengthening through your body. And then bring those hands behind you, pressing hands into the floor, opening up the chest, pulling the shoulders gently back and away, tilting towards the ceiling, opening the heart. Take a deep breath there, feeling your chest expand. Good, release that back to center. Let's bring your left arm across your body and just loop it in your other arm. Let the shoulder drop. We're going to be working shoulders today, so just wanted to give you a little bit of a stretch here. Taking a couple of breaths there. Good. Open those arms like you're going to give the world a big hug, and then switch to the other side. Bring the opposite arm across. Never matters if you do right or left. Always just make sure you do both. I mix up my right and left a lot, especially when teaching. Good. Open those arms wide. Bring the left arm behind your back and grab hold of the forearm and just give yourself a little stretch there. Good. Open that back up and do the other side. Bend the right elbow. I'm just going to lower the volume just a touch. Giving that tricep a stretch. Good, release that. Bring your right leg out. Keep your left leg tucked in. Extending that right leg out to the side. We're gonna laterally bend here. So let this right arm just come down in front. Reach the left arm over. Taking a deep breath into the ribs. Keeping those toes flexed towards the ceiling. Good, bring the hand behind the back, left hand behind the back, and push up so you're opening through the hip flexor. Reach the right arm overhead. Take a breath there. And release that back down. And walk those hands out in front of you. Let the head release down. Breathing into the upper back. And walk that back up. We're going to switch sides. Bring the left leg out. Bring the right leg in. Sitting up tall to begin. Toes flexing towards the ceiling. And we're going to bend over to this side. Reaching towards the toes. Now we're breathing into this side body. So take a couple of deep breaths. It's great to breathe when your lungs are compressed this way. Really helps to strengthen them, make them healthier. Good, bring that right hand behind you, pressing up, opening that hip flexor, reaching the left arm behind, taking a big breath, and lower that down, and then walk out in front again. Let the head release, let the body round. Walk yourself back up. Extend both legs out in front of you. Flexing both toes towards the ceiling. Take an inhale as you reach those arms up overhead. Take a moment here, grow tall. So really press your heels away. See if you can straighten your legs. See if you can lengthen up the spine. Deep inhale as you exhale. Hinge from your hips, reaching those arms forward as much as you can. And then let them just come down. And stay so your spine is long rather than rounded, so more flat back position. So if you're right here, that's totally fine. If you have a little more flexibility, you're working to bring your abdomen down towards your legs. If you can reach your feet or your toes or your legs, you could. You could grab hold here. Take a couple of breaths. The more you flex your feet, the more you'll stretch your hamstring, so that's up to you. And then go ahead and release that over, letting the body round. Good, and go ahead and roll yourself up. Great, come on to hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Belly pulling towards the spine, neutral spine, flat back position. Inhaling as the pelvis drops down, chest lifts up. Exhaling as the pelvis pulls under, pull the belly button up, pressing through that upper back. Inhale again. And exhale again. So this is your cow-cat. So pregnancy modification, our sun salutations, is to come and do this when we go down to our bellies. Good, bringing yourself to that neutral position again. Extend that left leg behind you. So here's your challenge. Can you hold that left leg and can you extend the right arm? If it's ever too much, go ahead and lower the leg. We're going to be focusing more on the arms today. I just need to back up a little bit. I was going to hit my table. I want you to lower that arm down and lift it back up. So the leg is staying steady. You're just moving the arm up and down. It's challenging your balance. Any movement will challenge your balance. Good. Bring that arm out to the side. Straight out from your shoulder. Keep the leg right where it is. Lower that arm down. Tap the floor. Lift it back up. And tap. Just a couple times. So it's not a hard movement, right? You can reach down and touch the floor. It's more about finding your stability. Can you keep that left leg stable? Can you keep the body stable? Good. Bring that arm back out in front of you. Can you draw knee and elbow towards one another? Arch up. And can you extend back and hold it? Good. Lower down. Reach those hands forward. Curl your toes under and stretch yourself back in puppy posture. So you're reaching your hands away. If any of this on your knees is too much, obviously opt out of it. Or you could put a towel or a blanket or a pillow down to cushion your knees. Reach the hands, sit back towards the heels, give yourself a long stretch to the spine. Good, and bring yourself back up. Once again, hands under shoulders. This time extending the right leg, keeping that right leg right where it is, pulling that belly in so you're protecting the spine, the back stays stable. Extend the left arm. Lower it down and lift. The only thing moving is our arm. One more time. Bring it out to the side. Make sure you're balanced, and then lower and lift. Just to the floor, just to shoulder height. Slow and controlled. Good, bring it back in front. Draw elbow and knee towards one another. Extend them out. Place them down, separate your knees, and sit back towards your heels, reaching those hands out in front of you, letting the head melt down to the mat. Good, press yourself up. So we will do a fair number of planks today. We'll also do some modified push-ups. So your shoulders are going to be challenged today. Even though this is beginner, I'm still going to push you a little bit, but you'll be okay, and you can always opt out of any of them. We're going to come to a low plank. So your forearms are parallel, and you can come up to toes if you would like. That's going to be more challenging, or feel free to do this from your knees. I'm going to just stay on my knees for you today, pulling the belly button in. Those of you who have wrist problems, this is always an option for your plank, okay? You don't ever have to come up on your hands. So your belly button is in, you're still working here, right? You're not dropping down, and your butt isn't sticking up in the air. It's a long spine. Good. Can you curl your toes under, and can you push yourself up to an inverted V? This is a variation of dolphin. Good. Drop back down to knees, back to that plank. You can also just stay on toes. You press up to that dolphin, and then you can stay on toes on your plank, or you can drop to knees. Let's do two more. Pressing up to your dolphin, lowering to plank or modified plank. Last time, pressing up to dolphin, and back to plank or modified plank. Good, release that down, and lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. Bringing your hands in front of you, palm on palm. Your head rests on top of your palm. As you inhale, lift your head and shoulders so you're pressing against the mat here, but your arms stay on the mat. And lower back down. Inhale to lift yourself up. Exhale to lower. Two more. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale to lower. Last one, inhale up. Hold this one for a moment. Keep shoulders down away from the ears, contracting the gluteals to protect the spine. Good, release that down. Bring your arms down by your side, turn your head, and let yourself rest for a moment. Good, coming back, facing center again. Bring your hands behind your body, clasp your hands together, and now lift up the chest and shoulders. Pull the arms up slightly off your back, like you're pulling them away, but go ahead and keep your feet on the floor here. Take a deep breath, opening the chest, gently pulling those shoulders back. Good, release this. Turn your head to the other side. Let your head relax down. Good, back to center. Curl your toes under, push yourself up to a modified plank. So hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Curl the toes under, press yourself up. Coming to our first down dog, bending one knee, bending the other knee. If at any point down dog isn't working for someone, if you get dizzy, if you have uncontrolled high or low blood pressure, this might make you dizzy. Again, second and third trimester pregnancy, you don't usually want to do this. Your option's always going to be to come to all fours, okay? Good, let's walk those feet towards your hands. Let your head hang over. Bend your knees deeply so your back is really rounded. And then straighten your legs. And again, bend your knees. Straighten your legs. One more time, bend your knees, letting your hips drop, back is round, head is hanging, arms are hanging, and go ahead and roll yourself up. One vertebra at a time. Deep inhale, extend the arms upwards. And exhale down by your side. Great. Okay, bring your hands to your hips. So right here, and our shoulders, you've got your rotator cuff, which is a whole bunch of muscles, tendons, ligaments with your joint. And one of your muscles, the pectoralis minor, connects the shoulder joint, the rotator cuff, to the top rib. That's a really small, short muscle, and it tends to get contracted and then pulls our shoulders forward and we round. So today we're going to be thinking of opening them up, okay? So that's what we're doing here. So hands are on hips. You're standing nice and tall. Ribs are pulled in, shoulders are down and back, and we're not arching our back here. Keep that pelvis pulled under and neutral. Take an inhale. Good. As you exhale, draw your elbows towards one another. Of course, they won't touch. Hold it. Take a couple of breaths and release. But it's not about arching your back. Do it again. Inhale, exhale, pull back. So I'm not doing this, right? It's just pulling our elbows so that we're stretching this pectoralis minoris. And release. Gently pull it back. Deep inhalation. Breathe into that muscle. Good. And release, arms by the side. Okay, so we're just going to do probably 3 rounds of sun salutations. And again, modify throughout. I'm going to do a more gentle version, but you can modify further as you need. So feet begin right under our hips. Shoulders down and back. Inhale to extend those arms up. Press your palms together. Draw your hands to heart center. Pick a point to focus on, and each time you come back to here, see if you can find that point. And inhale, extending those arms upwards. Exhale, hinging forward, flat back, release all the way down. As you inhale, hands slide to the shins, not to the knees, flat back. Exhale, release back down. Place your hands on the mat, step that right knee all the way back, finding a runner's lunge. See if you can bring that knee over your ankle, press through that right leg, that right heel. Good, release that knee to the mat. Bring the opposite knee back. Lower all the way down, chest, chin and hips, find the floor. Inhale, elbows hug the sides as you press up to a cobra or baby cobra. Curl your toes under, either come to your, do another cow cat on your all fours, come to all fours, or come to down dog. Separate your feet, mat's distance apart. Take that right hand and reach it back towards your left leg. If you don't make it, you put your hand on the mat, that's fine. Maybe grab your ankle, your calf, or your thigh. Breathe into that down dog twist. Good, place that hand back, step the feet back together. Extend the right leg up. Stretch towards the ceiling. Good, bring it forward, plant that foot down as far forward as you can, followed by the left foot, forward fold, and then rising all the way up on the inhale. Immediately into your next one. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands to the mat. This time step the left foot as far back as you can, coming to a runner's lunge. Again, knee over ankle. Press through that left heel. Stretching long. Good, release that knee onto the mat. Bring the opposite knee back to meet it. You're in a modified plank. Lowering down, chest, chin, and hips. Or coming to your all fours and doing cow cat. Inhale up to cobra. Curl the toes under, press yourself up and back. When you come to down dog, don't move your hands. If you need to adjust your feet, that's fine. Separate your feet, mat's distance apart. Reach the left hand back towards the right thigh, calf, or ankle, not the knee. Turning towards that right side, down dog twist on this side. Good, place that hand back, walk the feet back so they're hips distance apart. Extend the left leg up. Taking a deep breath. Good, bring that knee all the way forward, plant the foot down, followed by the other foot. Rounding over, inhale to come all the way up. Exhale. hand comes to heart. Take a breath here, pause, regroup, reconnect with that breath. Second round, inhale to extend up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, flat back. Exhale, hands find the mat, right foot steps back, right knee releases to the back. Rising up, hands come behind, not on your left knee, and we gently hinge forward, opening through the chest. If you want, you could bring your hands to heart center. And we can twist. Take the right elbow either on top of that knee, or it can lock against the knee. Again, notice my knee is still over my ankle. If your foot's back here, you want to move it forward a little bit. Twisting into this. You can come up on your back toes here if you prefer. It's a little more challenging. Good, release that down. Bring that opposite foot back. Come to your modified plank and hold that plank for a moment. Belly pulling in. Good, transition this to your right knee, your right hand, to a modified side plank. Extend that left arm up and then reach that arm overhead. Okay, total option here, challenge option. You're going to draw your knee towards your elbow and extend back to the mat. Knee towards elbow and replace. Last time, knee towards elbow. Good. Arms straight up. Option again, you could lift that top leg. See if you can hold that for a moment. Lower it down and lift. Lower it down and lift. Last time. Good, place the foot down, place the hand down, lower down all the way to the mat, chest, chin, and hips. Rising up, cobra, curling back, coming to all fours, child's pose if you'd like a break, or to your downward facing dog. Press the heels towards the mat, try to roll the shoulders away from the ears. Stepping that right foot all the way forward, followed by the left, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. This time stepping that left foot back, releasing that left knee onto the mat, bringing the hands behind the right knee, and hinging forward. If you want, you can bring those hands to the heart. Good, finding the, we're gonna twist first. Left elbow either on top of the right knee or lock it against the right thigh, turning towards the right. Option to come up on the back toes. Breathe into this twist. Good, back to center, hands to the mat. Step that foot back, coming down onto knees, modified plank, hands under shoulders, hips lifted. Same idea on this side. You're gonna come to your left knee. I'm gonna, left knee, left hand. Let's give my back to you for a moment. Extend that right arm up. Reach the right arm overhead. Option here to pull knee towards elbow. And 2. And 3. Good, bring that arm straight up. Lift the leg. Tap down and lift. Tap down and lift. Last time. Lower down. Bring the hand to the mat. Come back to that modified plank, lowering all the way down. Inhale up to your cobra. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Good, stepping that left foot forward, followed by right, forward fold. Rising all the way up. Inhaling. Exhaling. Hands to heart. Good. Last round. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back up. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat. Step that right foot back to your knee. Follow the left foot back to the knee. You're in your modified plank. All right, we're gonna do push-ups. You can have two, no, I take it back. We're gonna do the same thing. So bring your hands wide, and they can even be slightly turned inward. We're gonna do chest push-ups. So we'll do 3, okay? So you lower it down, exhale up. And 2, you're aiming your chest towards the floor, but it doesn't hit the floor. Don't bend your elbows more than 90 degrees. And press up, good. Bring those hands back, shoulder distance. Press, release all the way down, chest, chin, and hips. Inhale up to your cobra. Exhale, press back, curl those toes under, press up and back, coming to your down dog. Option to come to child's pose or all fours. Deep inhale, shoulders away from the ears. Good, we're gonna come to a high lunge. So the right leg can swing up if you want, bring it all the way forward, plant it down. Find your stability here. Once you're stable, bring yourself up. You could keep your hands here on your thigh, or you could bring your hands here to heart center. Nice deep bend in the front knee, but not going over our toes. Pushing back, extending that back leg. Good, hands to our heart. Bring the hands behind the body, clasp the hands together, pulling them gently down, opening the chest, gazing towards the ceiling. Good, bring hands back to heart. I'm going to challenge you on a balance thing here. We're going to come straight up onto our right foot, left leg up in front, just balancing right here. Bring your hands behind your back, fist to fist. And now can you extend that leg behind you, coming into a warrior 3. You could be here with your foot on the floor, or you can begin to tilt more and more and more, working until you're parallel to the floor. Press that foot away from your body, making it as straight and long as possible. Good, step that foot back. Coming to warrior 1. So that back foot is at an angle, the front knee is bent, your hips are forward, hands at heart center. So that front knee is bent, but notice mine doesn't have a super deep bend in it. That's okay. It can be a small bend. We want to bring the hips forward. That's what's most important. Gaze forward, hands at heart. If you're balanced, go ahead and extend those arms, pulling the shoulders down away from the ears. Taking a deep breath. Opening this up, finding warrior 2. Shoulders pulling away from the ears, glancing over that right hand. Once again, knee is over ankle, belly in, chest lifted. Good, bring the arm across the thigh, reach that left arm up and make a couple of circles, just big full circles with that extended arm. Returning it to the top. Good, press yourself up. Pivot towards the front and step that foot all the way forward. Other side. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale, fold. This time stepping that left foot back, followed by the right, coming to knees. Leaving the hands right where they are, right under shoulders, finding that modified plank. We're going to do 3 push-ups here, so these will be harder. Keep the elbows by the ribs as you lower down to your chest and press back up. So your chest won't touch the floor. Maybe it hovers just above it. Exhale to press back up. 3rd time. Exhale to press back up. Good. Curl the toes under, pressing up, downward facing dog. Press the heels towards the mat. Lifting the sit bones towards the sky, shoulders away from the ears. Good, we're going to step the left foot forward into a high runner's lunge. So swing that left foot forward, wriggle it forward, press yourself up. Again, you can find your stability with your hands on your thighs. Bring your hands to heart center, press through that back leg, opening through the chest. Once you're stable, bring the hands behind the back, pull those hands down, opening through the chest. Deep inhalation. Good, bring the hands back to heart. Coming to that balance position. So root that left foot down, and then with control, as gracefully as possible, slowly go ahead and bring that foot up and see if you can find that balance. So you notice I start dragging my foot along, keeping that point of contact with the earth, seeing if I can find that stability. Bring the hands behind the back, fist to fist. Extend that left leg, or right leg back rather, whichever one is up. And then option, if you want to tilt over into a version of our warrior three, press that extended leg away. The more you engage your abs and your glutes here, the more stable you will be. Good, step that foot down. We're going to come to warrior one. So that back foot is at an angle, the front foot's forward, bent knee, hands to heart. I'm just going to jump over this side so that I don't have my back to you again. Good, extending those arms up. Shoulders pulling down from the ears. Opening that up, warrior two. So for me, I always have to move the back foot back further in my warrior two. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you want to go deeper, go deeper. Good, bring that arm across the thigh, reaching the opposite arm over. And let's make big circles with that extended, probably your right arm. And bring it up. Good, pressing back up. Pivot towards the front and go ahead and step to the top of your mat. Good. Take a deep inhale. Just exhale and fold. Release your head. Release your back. Take a couple breaths there. Bend the knees. Roll all the way up. Okay, we're going to do another balancing posture. So we're going to do eagle. Eagle is not a beginner pose. It's a very challenging pose. I'm going to give you lots of options so you can keep it as basic or as challenging as you want to keep it. We're going to be working on stretching our back and our shoulders in this, okay? Bring your arms up in front of you. So they're parallel, they're like a number 11. Cross, if you're opposite me, left over right, okay? Grab your shoulders. That's going to be option number one. And you're going to lift those elbows up to about shoulder height. If you would like, you can bring the arms further until they find each other, back of palm to back of palm. And if you want, you can bring them front of palm to front of palm. Wherever you are, lift those elbows up at shoulder height. And if your hands are in front of your face, press them away until you feel a stretch in your back. Good. Now bend your knees. Option one is just to take that right foot and put it here on your ankle or even on the floor right next to you and stay right here. Option two is to cross the ankles and you can still keep toe on the mat. Or if you want, you go ahead and wrap it all the way around. Sinking into it. Keep pressing the hands away, keep lifting the elbows away. So if you're doing this, congratulations, it's a very hard posture. And if you're not, please don't feel badly about this. It's a very hard posture. You can do any part of it. I'm more interested in the arms today because I want you stretching those shoulders. That's why I say you can come to here, lift those elbows up, you're going to get a really nice shoulder stretch. Good, let's unravel our legs, undo your arms, open those up, bring those hands behind the back, clasp the hands together. Gentle back bend here, so contract your glutes, contract your thighs, open your chest towards the ceiling. Good, come back to standing. Arms back up in front of you. Opposite, right over left. Same options, you grab shoulders, you wrap around, back to back, or all the way, palm to palm. Wherever you are, lift the elbows, and if your hands are together, press the hands away. Bend the knees. Pick your option. Right here, next to the ankle. Crossed around the ankle, but still on the mat. You can lift it up and balance, or you can keep wrapping into your eagle. If you pick a point to focus in front of you, it makes your life easier. Balance is more mental than physical, believe it or not. I mean, certainly there's physical things that impact it, but your body might be physically able to do it, but if your mind is wandering, it's a challenge. That's why little kids have a hard time balancing, because their mind is going a million miles a minute. Good, unravel those legs, unravel the arms, deep inhale. Exhale, hinge all the way forward, release. Inhale, come up to that flat back position, Ardha Uttanasana. Stay here for a moment. Try not to lock your knees. It's very easy to do here. Tiny soft bend in the knees. Hands are on shins or on thighs, never on knees. Pull the belly button in, pull the shoulders down and away, and look on a point on the floor out in front of you. Breathe into that. Good, bend your knees deeply, bring your hands to heart, see if you can find yourself in chair. It's also called mighty pose because it is such a good strength building posture. This is a very hard posture, but it's important for us to do because we all need to keep strength here. You don't ever want to get to a point where you can't stand up from a chair. So you do chair pose to keep that from happening. Good, inhale up. Exhale, fold all the way over. Bring your hands to the floor. Step one knee back. Step the other knee back. Lower all the way down, chest, chin, and hips. Bringing yourself to the mat. Good. Bend those knees towards your body and reach your hands back. Can you reach them? Maybe you're here. Can you lift your chest up? That's cool. Those of you who want to grab, again, in a more challenging posture, you can grab hold of your ankles. And if you want to take this one step further, you lift the knees. But remember, just being here is completely fine. Take a breath. Good, release that down. Press into the hands, push yourself up and back, this time keeping your knees together. Release yourself to the mat. Bring those hands around behind your body, or beside your body rather, and just let yourself release onto the mat. Take a deep breath. Good, go ahead and roll yourself up. Bring those legs around in front of you. Okay, so what we did at the beginning to open up these shoulder muscles, we're gonna do a more challenging version of that now. So we're gonna do tabletop, but I want you to think particularly of that shoulder. So, bend your knees, place your hands right behind you, right under shoulders. Press into your hands, press into your feet. See if you can get your hips parallel to the floor. Try not to let your knees flare open, keep them parallel. But now can you pull your shoulders back away from your ears and get that stretch? We're looking at our belly button rather than our heads dropping back. Squeeze the glutes and press the hips up. Hold it for 3, for 2, for 1, and lower all the way down. Very good. All right, my favorite stretch series. Right leg out in front, left leg up high in the inner thigh. Let that left knee drop down. See if you can keep your body facing forward. Inhale, big extension up. Exhale, release forward. Let the head go. Let the back round. Breathe into that. If you want, you can reach that left arm across the body towards the right ankle or the right foot. Bring yourself up, cross that foot all the way over. 2 options for your seated half spinal twist. You can leave that leg right where it is, or you can tuck that leg behind you. Sit up nice and tall, you're twisting towards the bent knee. So we're gonna inhale to grow tall, we're gonna exhale, twist, left arm behind the body, right arm either hugs that knee or comes all the way across. So this is a spinal twist, but I'm still thinking about our shoulders. So I want you to think about opening that back shoulder. So you're gently pulling that left shoulder back and away without pressing and leaning into that back hand. The front arm can just hang out. And if that leg is extended, it just looks like this. No real difference. Good, release that back to center. Both legs are extended. Inhale up, exhale, extend. Release the head. Good, bring yourself up. Guess what? Tabletop again. Hands underneath the shoulders, feet parallel. Press yourself up, lift those hips up, pull the shoulder blades away. Taking a couple of deep breaths. Good, release that down. Same thing on the other side. Left leg extends, right leg comes up high in that thigh. Release that right knee down to the mat. Deep inhalation, extending those arms upwards. Exhale, release. Let the head round, folding over. Good, walk yourself up. Cross that ankle across. Once again, you can leave that leg extended or tuck it behind you. You decide what works for you. Sit up nice and tall. Growing taller in the inhale. Exhale to twist. Hugging or bring that elbow across. And once again, we're stretching lots of stuff here. It's a spinal twist, so make sure you're breathing into it. It's going to be great for your lungs. You're opening this hip here by pressing or pulling against it, and you're opening through the shoulders. So you're thinking about gently pulling that right shoulder away. That deepens the twist and opens up our shoulders. Good, coming back to center. Bending your knees in front of you. Holding onto your thighs. We're going to hinge backwards. So think of your belly button pulling towards the spine to contract your abs. Shoulders are down, chest is lifted. You can stay right here if you want. If you're able, can you balance there? And bring those arms in front of you. Open the arms wide. Good. If you're still good, bring one arm across, tap the wrist, and open. Bring the other arm across and tap. So we're not actually twisting our body. Our torso is staying nice and tall. We're bringing a shoulder across, or arm across rather, and tap. Good. Next time we're going to go and hold it there. Hold that shoulder or that arm right where it is. You can hold on to the actual arm if you want. Breathe. How are those abs feeling? Did you forget about them? Open that up to the other side. Good. Pull yourself all the way up. Round over. Let your head drop between your knees. Good. Bring yourself up. Hold on to the backs of your thighs. Roll yourself down onto the mat. Hugging your knees into your chest. Giving yourself a little rock. Okay, release that and bring your feet to the mat. And then bring your feet wide on the mat. So they're wider than a hip's distance. They're like at the edges of your mat. Bring your hands, your arms to tabletop. So elbows are bent, palms are up. Good. Drop your knees to one side. Drop your knees to the other side. It's like giant windshield wipers. Release the knees to one side and the other. This time release the legs down. Turn your head and look towards the right. And take a couple breaths into this. Good. Up and over to the other side. Turning and looking over your left shoulder. Good. Back to center. Bring those knees back together. Give yourself another little hug. And a rock. Place the feet on the floor. Hips distance this time. Palms side beside the body, palms down. Pull the belly button in, lift the pelvis just a little bit. So you're pressing your back onto your mat, but you're actually not lifted off the mat right now. And now lift a little higher and begin to peel yourself all the way up. until you come to shoulder bridge. When you're up as high as you can, walk your shoulders in towards their center, and if you want, grab your hands behind your body and press yourself up even higher. Once again, check your knees. They love to kind of drop open. Keep the knees parallel. Lift through the hips, contracting the glutes, contracting the abs. Take a couple of breaths. Good, lower that down, one vertebra at a time. Draw the right knee into the body, extend the left leg long. Roll the right ankle a couple of times. Good, bend the left knee, cross the right ankle across it. And just right where you are, just press the right knee away without using your hands. Just open up by pressing the right knee away from the body with the right ankle here on the thigh. You can stay there, or if you want, you can lift that left thigh, holding on behind it, pulling it towards your body for a deeper stretch. Good, release that foot down. Extend the right leg long. Hug the left knee into the body. Roll the left ankle a couple of times. Bend the right knee. Take that left ankle, cross it across the right knee. And again, without hands, just push the left knee away. And lift the right knee or right leg. Pull the right thigh towards the body, opening through the left. Good, release that. Take your hands, bring them under your body so you're kind of sitting on them, like at the base of your spine, wherever's comfortable. And extend your legs straight up. Good. So I don't want you to arch your back. I want you to keep your back pressing into that mat. Belly is pulling in. You're contracting your abs here. So your legs are going to lower and lift, but never, ever, ever arch your back. So lower the right leg down as low as you're able to go before your back arches. Pull that belly in, contract the abs, and then pull that right leg back up. Left leg, lowering it down, and pull back up. Nice and controlled. It's not fast, and it's not going too low. The goal here is not to touch the floor. You would very much arch your back in that case. And down. One more time each side. Last one. Good. Release the hands. Bring the knees to tabletop. Bring them to the floor. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop away from your body. Coming back to that cactus position. If this posture in cactus feels too open, or with your legs like this, if that feels too open, feel free to just bring your knees parallel. And alternatively, you can put one hand on your abdomen, one hand on your lungs. But if you're comfortable with your knees in butterfly and your arms in cactus, it's a nice open position. And I want you to just take some really long, deep breaths here. So you're breathing all the way into your abdomen, feeling your belly rise, feeling your ribs expand, feeling your chest expand. And then you're exhaling, releasing all of that down. So take 3 to 5 really long, deep breaths there. And then from here, coming to your savasana, so extending both legs long. If it's more comfortable, you can certainly stay where you are and keep opening the hips and shoulders, but otherwise extend the legs, bring the palms beside the body, roll the shoulders back into the mat. Chin pulls gently towards the chest just to take pressure off the back of your neck. And just allow yourself to relax here. Imagine breathing deeply all the way down to your toes, to your fingers, letting them relax. Exhaling, releasing any stress or tension. Inhaling, breathing to your feet, your ankles, your knees, your legs. Exhaling, letting those legs sink into the mat. Inhaling, breathing into your hips, your glutes, your abdominal muscles, your low back. Exhaling, releasing any tension, any stress. Inhaling, breathing into your chest, into your rib cage, your upper back, and your shoulder blades. Exhaling, letting them sink into the mat, release. Inhaling, breathing into your ankles, or your wrists rather, your elbows, your arms and your shoulders. Exhale, let the arms grow heavy and sink into the mat. Inhaling, drawing in relaxation into your neck, your face, your jaw, and the top of your head. Exhale, let it go. And just allow yourself this next couple of moments to lie here in peace, to relax, just focusing on your breath. Long inhales, long exhales. Begin to bring energy back into your fingers and toes, breathing deeply, reawakening them. Roll your wrists and your ankles, roll your head from side to side. Draw your knees towards your body, hugging your knees into your chest, rolling over onto your right hand side, pausing for a moment in the fetal position. Taking a moment there to thank yourself, giving your body gratitude and thanks for all that it did for you. And when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, pressing yourself up, coming to a seated position, legs in any comfortable sit. Tall spine, relaxing your hands into your lap. And bring your thumb and your index finger together, forming a mudra, letting your hands rest on your knees. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Try to sit up tall. And take a deep inhale. Open your mouth and let it go. Again, inhale. Open your mouth and let it go. One more time. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead. Press your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Sending peace and love and gratitude out into the world as you move about your day and your evening, trying to remember hopefully the sense of peace and stillness you have with you now, and take it with you and share it with others. Wish you all well. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining.